I'm going to show you how to get your fabric and embroidery hoop ready for stitching. Embroidery hoops are usually made of wood or plastic, and they consist of two rings, an inner and an outer ring. The hardware is on the outer ring, and it allows you to loosen and tighten that outer ring. I'm going to demonstrate how to use both a wooden hoop and a plastic hoop today. And first up is the wooden hoop. So first you'll want to loosen the hardware by turning the screw. And some wooden hoops have a little separate nut right here that you'll need to hold on to. If you do have that, just hold on to that and then turn your screw. If not, you can just turn the screw on its own. And you'll want to turn it just enough so that you can separate the two hoops. You'll set down your outer hoop, place the inner hoop on your work surface, and then lay your fabric over the top of it. And when you have a design on there, you'll just want to make sure that the design is set just so. And then put the hoop back on, the outer hoop back on. Now, if you're right-handed, it can help to put the hoop on so that the hardware is at the 10 o'clock position. If you're left-handed, it can help to put the hoop back on with the hardware at the 2 o'clock position. And what this does is that it can help minimize how much tangling of the thread you get on the hardware. But you should just do what works best for you, and if you're comfortable with it somewhere else, then you do that. You pop the outer hoop back on, and then you'll want to start to tighten it. Not all the way, just part way. And then you need to tighten up the fabric in the hoop. And you can do this by pulling it this way, or you can flip it over, put it down on the surface, and then pull it tight here. We like doing it this way because sometimes when you hold it up, the fabric can pop out if you pull too hard. Then flip it back over, tighten your hardware. And you want to tighten it, but not all the way. If you tighten it all the way, you might not be able to get it undone. And then tap on it. It should have a nice drum sound to it. And what this does is it keeps your fabric with a nice tension. And while you're working, you'll want to check your tension periodically and tighten up your screw if it's gotten loose. Fabric does tend to slip in the wooden hoops, so you'll just want to keep an eye out for that. And you're ready for stitching. Now, if you're working with one of the plastic Morgan hoops from our embroidery kit, this is just slightly different. Not really, though. There is no nut to hold on to. Just spin the wing nut around, separate the two hoops, and you'll see there's a channel, and what that does is it keeps your fabric from slipping. So you'll want to lay the inner hoop down, place your fabric on top, place your hoop, position that works best for you, and then tighten it up part way, flip it over, and pull your fabric through. Flip it back over and tighten it up all the way. Now the difference between a wooden hoop and a Morgan hoop is that channel. So what the channel does is it prevents your fabric from slipping. So you'll notice that while you're working, you won't need to adjust your tension, and your fabric will stay nice and taut in there. And then there you go. Happy stitching!